all human beings all around the world. With the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you like me, like my YouTube videos, like what I say, the way I look, the way I talk, the way I raise my children. It doesn't matter if you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It doesn't matter if you give me constructive nor a positive or negative comments on my YouTube channel. Because in the end justify the means. In the end, the YouTube channel belonged to Raymond Lewis Island. Now, today happened to be Wednesday, April the 22nd, 2020, about 5:55 p.m. Now, 2020, those would be paying attention. I'm not talking about the ignorant cowards, the white supremacists, and the black sellouts. I'm not talking about them because the Bible speaks of them. A fool despise knowledge and lacketh wisdom. That's L-A-C-K. Some of them, you know, they can't even spell. They say they be having shorthand or abbreviating. But what I want to tell y'all today, all of my those who follow my YouTube channel, those who are God-fearing people. You see this field? It look empty, don't it? And you see over there, it look like it's weed. That's the brain of my critics. You see that? The farmers didn't take time to dig it up. They burnt it. That's what's going on with my critics' brains. You see, the brain cells is one of the only cells that don't replace itself. My critics, that's what's going on with them. But let me tell you how racist I am. So my critics say I am. I'm so racist that when I took my daughter to the doctor that misdiagnosed her, he happened to be white. They said, my critics said I'm always trying to sue. I ain't tried to sue. I called to change doctors, and they asked me, can they ask me why I want to change doctors? And I told them, my daughter, Queen Ramona, went to her pediatric doctor 4 times since February of 2020. And for the same thing, coughs, sometimes shortness of breath. Some of the signs that they said the COVID have, with the exception of a temperature. 3 of the times he prescribed her with antibiotics and cough syrup. The last time she went was April the 9th, 2020, about 1 o'clock p.m. It was strange the way when we went in, after he looked at her, he didn't ask for no tests. When she told him she'd be shortness of breath when she coughed sometime. Didn't take no urine, didn't take no swabs, didn't take no x-rays. And said she might have bronchitis. I told y'all before, when I was on the way to the doctor appointment, I was saying what she might have, but I'm not a doctor. But anyway, his diagnosis was wrong. Human beings make mistakes, but sometimes if you don't do the procedures that should be done, then more than likely you're going to make a mistake. And that was a critical mistake because my daughter was hospitalized for 3 or 4 days. So happened, all white doctors and nurses, but I'm real prejudiced, that's what my critics say. They took real good care of my children. The doctor that was taking care of inside of the hospital during her admission, 51 years old. I asked her, could she recommend my 2 daughters to a female doctor in their area? And she knew 2. One was younger and one was older. She said, both of them is good, but for your daughters, I would recommend the younger one. Now, so happened my daughter, Queen Ramona, went to see the doctor for the first time that the white doctors recommended. The doctor happened to be black, or should I say she was African or black. 41 years old. Remember I told y'all 2020, time of the vision, time for a change? They have been seeing the pediatric doctor that they've been seeing since they was born. We talking about going on 14 and 15 years. But let me tell you about this doctor. This doctor told me she wanted to take x-rays again today and let me know what the results was. She called me about an hour ago, a little bit over an hour ago, and told me that she wasn't satisfied with the progress of my daughter. That goes to show you she's on the case. Now, she wants to see her again, but she ordered some other antibiotics in the meantime when we go back and see her next week. But one thing I can say, y'all, if it don't seem right what a doctor is saying, I ain't talking about to these idiot cowards that be making these unfounded comments. You see, one thing about a sellout black and a racist white, one thing about them, white supremacists and sellout blacks, they on the same page. They teaming up in 2020. They working hand in hand together. Their mission is to see our kids die. You see what I'm saying? Especially when your kid is intelligent. If they can't get your kids to be programmed, and I'm not talking about all whites, I'm talking about white supremacists, and I'm not talking about all blacks, I'm talking about sellout blacks, and you have them down here in Southeast Missouri. You see what I'm saying? You have them everywhere, but you definitely have them here in Charleston, Missouri. It's plenty of them. All you got to do is go to their main locations, 700 Elm Street or Cy Williams Street here in Charleston, Missouri. Or go down to City Hall. Go down to the police station. Go down to the sheriff department. Go to some of these other places. And I'm not talking about everybody in these places now. If you ain't a white supremacist or sellout black, it shouldn't bother you. I experienced it firsthand. But thank God that I got enough sense, and my daughters and them got enough sense when they made that video the other day. John Cole, before that, when they was in Walmart, when Mikey got to talking about it's the first of the month, but somebody had to correct it. We know he can't hardly spell. We had to let him know it was the 8th. And my daughters didn't let him know. We don't have to just shop on the first of the month. John Cole say, he didn't say that, and I don't know nobody else said it. But I sent it to Christy to let Christy see it. Maybe John will take a look at it. Because he said, you ain't doing nothing but telling lies. Now we'll see if John Cole see that to be a lie. And then John Cole, on that same video at Walmart, when they was getting their scooter, John Cole said they seemed to be some polite girls. But then when they set John Cole and Mikey and some of these other white supremacists and sellout blacks out, all of a sudden, John Cole said they got smart mouths. They think they the S-H-I-T. Or he said they don't think they S-H-I-T stink. They know it stink, John Cole. You want to smell it? You and Mikey seem like y'all perverts, because that's all y'all focus on, my daughters. Y'all seem like you're perverts. You're always coming up with something that I'm touching my children's. You have all type of things. But let me tell you one thing. Stop focusing on my children and come on my yard so I can tell you what I do to people that be stalking my children. Y'all didn't have nothing to say the day my two daughters and them was walking to the store down Vine Street past the hut when a known convicted rapist asked my daughters and them where they going. And my daughters and them didn't answer. Then the known rapist asked them where your daddy at. They didn't answer. Then the known rapist told them to tell your daddy that he got me kicked out. Y'all didn't have no problem with that, did you? Y'all didn't have no problem with that at all. You know, the only problem y'all got about me is I'm a black man that ain't scared to voice his opinion. Probably the only black civil rights activist in Charleston, Missouri. You see, all white people don't have a problem with me. All black people don't have a problem with me. If they did, I'd been run out of town by now. You know what I mean? But anyway, what I just want to show y'all something right quick and ask where y'all was at, especially they so-called cousin, and especially that one that Paul in the Bible would call a double-minded. Paul wouldn't call him, but I call him a double-minded coward. That's John Cole. John Cole said I keep on mentioning his name. I mention your name as many times I want to, John Cole, until you come over here and stop me. You hear me, John Cole? Now see, this is the area, John Cole, where the known rapist was harassing my daughters. But y'all didn't have nothing to say about it. But you know what, John Cole? Mikey Jones, Mike Gardner, and any of the rest of y'all ain't gonna stop me from doing what I'm doing. Y'all keep saying if I get tired, move. Y'all will get tired before me and stop watching my YouTube videos. You see that field? Now see, that field there is cultivating. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. I'm growing. I'm growing higher while y'all growing weaker. I'm going to leave all of my brothers and sisters all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God. Peace, peeps, still.